In advance of a hearing Thursday before the House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee, Democrat Frank Pallone was in Piscataway, touring the World Trade Center Health Program Clinic at Rutgers University and calling for reauthorization of the Zadroga Act.
We started to realize in the immediate aftermath, and then as time went on, that many people who responded and who were there for several days, in many cases, weeks even, were negatively impacted in terms of their health. And that was the impetus for the 9/11 James Zadroga legislation.
But the law is scheduled to sunset in 2016, along with its more than $400 million annual funding. And Pallone is trying to get his colleagues to focus on a reauthorization that would not only secure that funding, but guarantee it for as long as there are victims.
The other thing is exemption from sequestration. Almost everything in the federal government over the last few years has been sequestered, meaning across-the-board cuts. We don't want this to be subject to across-the-board cuts.
Services from screening, testing, treatment, and even group therapy are part of the services provided at the Rutgers Clinic. It's the only such facility in New Jersey, serving close to 5,000 patients.
We've identified conditions that are more common than in World Trade Center responders than in other people. And that's one of the really important things about a clinical center of excellence as compared to just going into a doctor's office.
Firefighter Rob Beatty is an executive with the Professional Firefighters Association of New Jersey, who's seen many of his colleagues emerge from their World Trade Center experience with conditions similar to the one that struck down James Zadroga.
But since then, over 14 years ago, many more of our brothers and sisters have been lost to dreadful diseases contracted as a direct result of their exposure to toxins and poisons while working at Ground Zero in the days, weeks, and months that followed.
Pallone says he believes there is bipartisan support for the measure, which may be so in the New York-New Jersey region, but who knows what the political environment will be like in 2016 when presidential politics will be dominating the conversation and a bill to pay out hundreds of millions of dollars for whatever reason could conceivably fall victim to heated political environment in an election year. For NJTV News, I'm David Cruz.
I don't think we have scarce resources. I think we have an abundance of resources. And I think that finite, I would agree with, but we have abundant resources, we misapply them. We order too many CAT scans. We order too many laboratory studies on a daily basis that we don't need to add. We order tests when the likelihood or probability of disease is extraordinarily low, and the test itself can be extraordinarily expensive. We need to be able to live with some clinical ambiguity at times. We need to follow patients a little more carefully, longitudinally. Physicians actually need to be educated on what things cost. And when I say cost, what they actually cost to the patient, what they cost to the system. Many of us really do not know all those details.